Have you ever heard the term gut reset and immediately pictured, a week of drinking nothing but green juice or maybe some intense detox challenge you saw online? But what if I told you that's not even close to what it really is? We're going to dive into what a real gut reset looks like, why so many of us dealing with the stress and diet of modern life actually need one, and how it's really a science-backed process for healing your body from the inside out.
And that's the key right there. We're not talking about starving yourself or doing anything extreme. Not at all. We're talking about a smart, structured break for your digestive system. It's really about giving your gut the time, the right kind of foods, and the routine it desperately needs to repair and recalibrate itself. This is especially true if you're constantly battling fatigue, bloating, or just that feeling of being off.
So how do you even know if your gut is, waving a white flag? I mean, between processed foods, emotional stress, and our crazy schedules, our digestive systems are pretty much always working overtime. Let's get into the specific signals your body sends when it's just plain overloaded. Okay, be honest. Do any of these sound a little too familiar? That feeling of being bloated right after you eat, even if it was a supposedly healthy meal? Or what about that afternoon energy crash that feels like it's just part of your day now? Maybe it's random skin issues or mood swings you can't explain. The truth is, millions of us deal with this stuff every single day, and we just write it off as normal. But I'm here to tell you they are not normal. They are very, very clear signals from your body screaming that your gut is overwhelmed and seriously out of balance. And ignoring these can lead to much bigger problems down the road, like IBS or even chronic inflammation. But here's the good news. Your gut has this incredible, innate ability to heal itself. It just needs the right kind of support. And that support, it comes in the form of a clear, actionable plan. No more guesswork and definitely no deprivation. Just a simple 4-step process that's designed to calm, cleanse, and totally restore your digestive system. We're going to walk through these 4 R's together: remove, rebuild, repopulate, and reschedule. Each one builds on the last, creating this powerful healing environment inside your gut. So let's kick things off with the first and arguably the most important step. Step 1 is all about one thing: hitting the pause button on inflammation. For the first few days of a reset, the entire goal is to eliminate the common foods that are known to irritate the gut lining. Just think of it as finally giving your digestive system that much-needed vacation it's been begging for. Now, what I love about this is how simple it is. You're not starving, you're just swapping. You're taking out those common irritants, things like dairy, gluten, and fried foods that can trigger inflammation for so many people, and you're bringing in calming, easy-to-digest foods instead. Things like lightly cooked veggies, simple lentils, and soothing herbal teas. The whole point here is just to reduce the workload and let everything calm down. All right, so once things have settled down a bit, it's time to rebuild. And this is where fiber becomes the absolute superhero for your gut. It basically acts like a deep cleaning scrub for your entire digestive tract, and at the same time, it provides the essential food that all your good gut bacteria need to really thrive. But here's the thing: fiber cannot work alone. It needs a partner, and that partner is water. A lot of water. We're aiming for about 2.5 to 3 liters of fluids every day, and that can include water, herbal teas, or even things like cumin water to support your enzymes, or some coconut water for natural electrolytes. And this quote right here illustrates exactly why that's so important. Think about it. Without enough water, all that amazing fiber you're adding can actually backfire and create, literally, a traffic jam in your gut, making constipation even worse. So let this be the rule you remember. High fiber intake must equal high water intake. It's completely non-negotiable. Okay, so you've calmed the system, you've started the cleanup, now it's time to bring in the good guys. Step 3 is all about repopulating your gut with all those beneficial bacteria that are absolutely essential for healthy digestion, for absorbing nutrients, and even for your immune function. And you know what? The best sources are often the most natural ones. Think plain homemade yogurt or buttermilk. Cooked fermented foods are also fantastic. The key here is to steer clear of those super sugary, store-bought probiotic drinks. They're often just loaded with preservatives and sugars that end up feeding the wrong kinds of bacteria, which completely defeats the purpose. Now, this final step of the reset isn't so much about what you eat, but when you eat. You see, your gut, just like your brain, runs on a biological clock. It's called the circadian rhythm. And when your eating and sleeping patterns are all over the place, your gut just gets confused and your digestion gets weaker. So the goal here is to create a rhythm. It's that simple. Waking up around the same time,
eating your meals on a predictable schedule, and giving your body at least an hour or two between your last bite and bedtime. And, a simple 10-minute walk after dinner can do wonders. Honestly, just fixing this schedule can lead to huge improvements in digestion, sleep, and your energy levels.
Look, a reset is a fantastic way to hit that restart button, but it's a temporary tool, right? The real magic happens when you move from that short-term reset into a long-term routine. So let's cover 7 simple but really powerful rules to keep that gut healthy for the long haul.
First up, make your plate look like a work of art. A boring beige plate usually means you have a boring gut microbiome. It's true. Each different color in fruits and veggies represents different types of phytonutrients and fibers, and these feed different strains of good bacteria. So if you aim for at least 3 different colors on your plate at every meal, you're making sure your gut gets a whole variety of nutrients it needs to thrive.
I know so many of us do this. We rush out the door, skip breakfast, and then grab a coffee and a pastry around 10 a.m. That just shocks your system. Instead, try to gently break your overnight fast within an hour of waking up with something light and warm. This gets your metabolism and digestion going for the day without causing a big spike in stress hormones. Now here's a super practical tip that works with your body's natural rhythm. Your digestive fire, so to speak, naturally starts to wind down in the evening. So eating a big raw salad or a cold smoothie for dinner can be really hard for your system to process, and that often leads to feeling bloated the next day. The golden rule for dinner is simple. Keep it warm, light, and fresh.
Oh, this is a big one. It's such a common mistake. Here's why. Fruit digests really quickly. So when you mix it with slower digesting foods like dairy, or you eat it right after a heavy meal, it can just sit there and ferment in your gut. And that is what leads to gas and bloating. Just think of fruit as a solo artist. It performs best on its own, as a snack. And finally, we've come to the most ignored factor in gut health. Seriously, we can eat all the perfect foods, follow every single rule, but if we are chronically stressed out, our gut is going to suffer. Period. And that's because of the incredibly powerful and direct connection between your gut and your brain. This isn't just some vague idea, It is a physiological reality. It's called the gut-brain axis. Your digestive tract is literally lined with millions of nerve cells. It's often called our second brain, and it feels our emotional state just as deeply as our actual brain does.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. Your gut really is an emotional sponge. All that constant overthinking or eating in a rush while you're trying to work or scrolling on your phone during a meal, all of that creates tension that your gut just soaks right up. For so many people, just managing stress with simple things like mindful eating or a short walk can resolve their digestive issues entirely. From the bloating and the fatigue to skin problems and mood swings, your gut is constantly communicating with you. A gut reset isn't just another diet. It's a way of learning how to listen to your body and respond with simple, sensible habits. So the real question isn't just what to do, it's, are you ready to finally start that conversation?